Hey guys, welcome back. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing. The AWOW mini PC stick. It's a mini PC. We'll start with unboxing it, taking a look, checking over the tech specs. We'll then go into actually seeing if it can do regular computer stuff. You know, check your email, surf the web, stream videos from Netflix, Plex, YouTube, all those platforms. We'll also run some benchmarks on it and see how it compares. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Alright, well, it looks like it comes with instructions right on the back of the box. So let's go ahead and we'll get her opened up here and see what it looks like. Well, it's a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting a little bit smaller, but still, for the size, it ain't too bad. That is kind of nice. It does come with some full-size regular USB ports. Looks like a 3.0 and a 2.0. So you'll be able to do your flash drives, and if you want USB keyboard and mouse, although it does have Bluetooth, so you hook up a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, which I will also try today to see how well that works. It does appear to have an ability to use an external SD card or micro SD, so that's kind of cool for additional storage. Now here's a comparison to an actual USB pen drive that I got laying around. As you can see, it is quite a bit bigger, but really it isn't that big. It's a pretty small device, so you'll be able to throw this thing in your pocket, take this thing anywhere with you if you're traveling or something like that. Be able to plug it into any monitor, of course, that has HDMI, or any television that has HDMI. Then again, you probably would have to carry around a USB keyboard and mouse, or obviously a Bluetooth keyboard mouse is what you'd want to have. So let's see what else we have in this box here. Alright, looks like it's got your standard USB cable, so that's kind of nice to be able to plug it into any USB to actually power this device. What other nifty things are in this box? Well, look at that. I was not expecting to get this. This is a nice little add-on. It is a HDMI dongle cable, which is pretty nice. That'll make it a lot easier for being able to plug something in to your television or your back of your monitor or something like that. I kind of like this. I'll probably end up using this, see if it works alright. Well, isn't that cute? It comes with a little hand strap, so that way, you know, you can carry it around on your arm, be all cool like, right? I mean, who's gonna do that? Alright, well, let's get into the tech specs of this HDMI mini PC. It's $170, and it comes with a 7th generation 4-core Atom Cherry Trail processor at 1.44 gigahertz, 4 gig of RAM, and 60 gigabyte hard drive. Now here's the shocker. It actually comes with Windows 10 Pro. And even more of a shocker is that it's got very limited bloatware. It's like a fresh install of actual Windows 10 Pro. I'm actually kind of impressed with that and pretty happy. It also has a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi and 2.4 gigahertz. So that's going to be kind of cool to see if it can actually utilize the actual faster speeds of the 5 gigahertz. Alright, let's plug it in and get it going. Alright, of course, as soon as I get her plugged in and get it powered up, and you want to connect, or wanted me to connect to the Wi-Fi during the setup, which I did, so it can download all its updates, and it's doing just that. It took quite a bit of time to get all the updates downloaded, installed, and I wanted to make sure all that stuff was done anyways before I go into any kind of benchmarking. So I want to get it all squared away, make sure we're up to date, make sure there's no background processes sucking up my processor juice. I did notice something interesting that I did not expect while doing this. During that setup and getting everything going, I heard like a fan noise, and I'm like, what's this fan noise coming from? And sure enough, this thing actually has a fan in it. It's kind of neat. It's got what looks like some vents on it, and it looks like it sucks the air in through the middle and exhaust out up there towards the top. get the mic zoomed in here so that way you can maybe even hear this thing. It's kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting that to have a fan. So that's cool. It'll be interesting to see how hot this thing actually runs. Alright, did some standard unzipping, moving files around. That is a little bit on the slow side. Okay, maybe quite a bit on the slow side. I wasn't expecting that slow of a speed from solid state storage drive. I thought I'd see if there's a BIOS that we can actually get into. And sure enough, during boot up, hit the delete key and pow, you're into the BIOS. It almost looks like any other American Megatrends BIOS, a little older looking, but just like any you've seen before. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can really do much in here, but it is still kind of cool. Been neat if there's a way to overclock it, right? Alright, so surfing the web, downloading programs, it all seems to run fairly quick and really no lags or hiccups, even though every now and then it does maybe stumble just a little bit. But I was kind of expecting a lot slower of an experience than what I was getting. So I was kind of impressed with so far on the web browsing and downloading the programs and just the usability. It's not so bad. Alright, well, let's check out streaming and see if it can stream okay. Now, I did notice that, you don't want to have anything running in the background when you're streaming. If you do, it kind of hiccups a little bit. Otherwise, it actually didn't do that bad at streaming at all. And that's kind of surprising considering that I'm pushing a 4K resolution rendering for the screen. Even though may not be streaming 4K, the display is still 4K, so it's quite a load on it, and it didn't seem to have much of a problem being able to stream YouTube and or my Plex or Netflix. Alright, with so many downloads and updates and everything else going on, I've been hearing those fans ramp up. So I got out the little thermal gun and man, where is that thing? I got out this nifty thing, and she was running at 52 degrees, at least on the case. So the case was a little warm, and that's 52 Celsius. So I was surprised it's that warm. So let's see what the actual hardware monitor. So I downloaded the hardware monitor, installed it to see what the temperatures was showing on that program. And as you see here, she was running kind of toasty. It had the thermal throttled at some point because it don't seem like it exceeded 85 Celsius, but it did hit 85 Celsius on the max temperature. So she was running a little warm, but really nothing to be concerned about. Alright, let's get down to my favorite part. Let's benchmark this and see how well it does. I've been really curious. This thing actually performs kind of well, and I really want to know how the numbers come out. I was really kind of surprised on how low the numbers actually was. I really tried hard to get this score to break 100 on Signbench, but I just couldn't get it there. I had the lowest score I got with it was a 72, and the best I could get out of it was a 93. I went ahead and benchmarked all kinds of other computers I was able to get my hands on, and I'll get that chart up here for you. My actual AMD Ryzen 1800X that I currently have, stock, not overclocked, it comes in at 1623. AMD FX 9590 that I also have, stock, is 709. Intel i7 3770K, stock, not overclocked, 707. AMD FX 8350, 501. Intel Pentium that I got here, which is actually my thermal paste experiment. Well, I use that for the benchmarking as well with Cinebench. Anyways, that's Intel Pentium G2330, 3 gigahertz, and it came in at 208. Intel Core M on my 12-inch MacBook comes in at 206. Then here at the bottom of the list is this 7th generation Cherry Trail 1.44 gigahertz at 93. The only thing that scored lower was my 3rd generation Intel Atom Pineview at 22. That thing is miserable at 22. Let me tell you, you can't really do a whole lot with it. You may have seen that on the keyboard experiment. Anyways, even though it did only clock in at 93, which I was really surprised is that low on how well it was running. Alright, just for fun, I went ahead and installed Valley Benchmark on it just to see if there's any possibility of gaming on it. And the results weren't good, as you would expect. This thing's ain't made for gaming. You might be able to do something small on it. But otherwise, yeah, you're not going to do a whole lot of actual big-time games. Valley Benchmark at the 4K was bouncing between 1 and 2 frames a second, and this was with the quality settings set as low as it would go. If I kicked it back to 1080, it increased to 2 to 3 frames on the Valley Benchmark. I dropped all the way down to 768, and even then it was still not really usable at 5 to 6 frames. But you know, you're not getting something like this to probably play any kind of games on it anyways. Alright, overall, is it worth it? Honestly, it's really not bad for what you get. Windows 10 Pro Retail Edition is $150. This thing is $160. Well, $169, so $170. I mean, that's basically the cost of Windows. So overall, you could surf the net, you could play your movies. Not that bad for $170. I was actually expecting an experience not this nice and this nice of a setup out of the box. Pretty cool. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you guys on the next video.
Can the YouTubes hear about Julie Garland? Judy.